Hello and welcome back to Purus Tech Java tutorials. Today in this session we are going to cover these four things. So creating an instance or object of the class, what are instance variables, what are static variables, and what are the method variables. And in the last session we had already covered what are the different kinds of variables or different types of variables like integer, double, character, float, boolean, long values, so etc. So let's start with a program which will calculate the area of the rectangle. Here I have three instances, that means three types of rectangle. One is green rectangle, blue, and purple. So all these rectangles are having different sizes, as you can see. So how do I represent this particular thing in the Java program? Let me go to the program and I'll just modify, or I'll just say I'll just create new class. I'll say rectangle. Okay, so I wanted to find out the area of the rectangles. So there are three instances. Now we are going to create three objects, or we can create multiple instances of the same classes. So let's see how to represent this rectangle class. So it has length and the width. So two variables let me declare. Private. So anyhow, we'll come into this one access modifiers in the later session. Private int length, private int width. Now I wanted to calculate the area of the rectangle. So so this is one kind of functionality. So one functionality should go into one method. Let's create one method. So for each functionality, public void, I'll say print area. Okay. Now we have to write the formula for this. Integer area equal to length into width. I'll just say here system.out.println. Okay, area of rectangle is area. Okay, so to run this particular class, I need one main method. Let me write this one. Now, as you can see, it has three rectangles. So I need to create three objects of the class. It is like three instances of the class. So let me go back here. I'll just say rectangle green rectangle equal to new rectangle. Okay, the same fashion I need to create three rectangles. Blue rectangle and purple one. From this rectangle class, all these three rectangles will get created, but main thing is, where do we initialize the length and width? Let us put on setter and getter method for this. So you can go generate setter and getter, length and width, and say OK. You can write all these methods by your own, but to save time, uh, make you can use a wizard to create this getter and setter. Even in the Eclipse also it has the same functionality. Now what I want is, now I wanted to initialize this width, length and width of green rectangle. So I need to set those variables. Set length. Let's say for example length, let's say 3, 5 and 7 we'll take here for the purple one. Let's go back. 3, width let's say 4. The same way we need to initialize for the blue and purple one. So I'll just copy and paste all these variables. So these are the variable names which will hold the reference of the objects which are created using new operator. Okay, so I have skipped what is this new operator. New operator is used for creating objects of the classes. Let's come back here. Let me just replace this purple rectangle. Okay, so green is little bit smaller, blue is little bit larger, and purple is the largest. For blue, let's make length as 6 and this one is 3, let's say, and for this one length let's say 8 and let's keep it as 5. So as you can see here, these two goes inside the rectangle class, these two variables. These two variables are called the instance variables. And if I'll just say static int uh, say static int multiplier equal to let's say 2. So for all these three instances, there is one single variable assigned for all these three rectangles. Now for instance, I'll just go here length and width. So here length and width are specific for the rectangle. Length is for green one, let me see, 3463. We have defined 343 and width equal to 4. For the blue rectangle, I have defined length as 6 and width as 3. So here I'll write okay. For purple one, we have 8 and 5. As you can see, this instances variables, the instance variable are differing from each instance. That means each instance will have its own variable. Like for this instance 3 and 4, this instance 6 3, and this instance 8 and 5. But when you are declaring the static variable here, multiplier, this is going to be the common variable which can be used for all these three instances. So here multiplier is there. This particular variable can be used within this three instances. Let's see how to use this. So to use the static variable, let me create one method, public void get double, or I can say print double area. Okay. So as you can see, I'm writing full system.out.println. There is shortcut in IntelliJ. You can give s out and enter. So it will write the system.out.println for you. And in Eclipse, you can say SOP ln and control n space. So here double area is 2 into, so I can say 2 into area. This is a double area, but I can use this multiplier here. Multiply, this is static variable. Let me replace this one since this cannot be accessed here. So length into width. Okay. As you can see, this multipliers is in italics. This is in italic font and this is a normal font. So whatever you are seeing in italic, it is a static variable and can be accessed from all the instances. Okay, so this static variable can be used or accessed within all the instances. Okay, let's go back. Let me try to run this program. So how do I run it? Just I will call this methods, so that this which two methods, print area and print double area. So I'll just say green rectangle dot print area, how much it is there, and green rectangle dot print double area. The same thing goes for blue and purple. Let me replace all these variables. So what it will do when we run this program, it will come to the main method. The control will come to the main method and it will create three instances of this rectangles, green, blue and purple, and after that it will set all the length and width for all these three rectangles, and then it will try to calculate the area and then print, and what is the double area it is going to print. So let's run this program. Okay, here you have got the output. So here the first two statements are for green rectangle, these two are for the blue rectangle, and this is for the purple rectangle. So it has calculated 3 into 4 equal to 12, as you can see, and the double area is 2450. Now as you can see, we are not able to distinguish, or it is not printing area of green rectangle and all these things, area of blue rectangle. So now let's come to the method variables so that we can use the method variables and try to print this. Let's go. Here I just wanted to pass, so print area. So method variables are nothing but whenever you are writing one method, inside this parenthesis you are going to declare one variable that is called method variable. String, I'm going to do a string object type. So this is a string, this is a Java by default it has a string type. String is nothing but your multiple character sequence. Rectangle type I'll say, and here also I'll say string rectangle type. So this both method takes one method variable, and this method variable only you can use within the method. You cannot use outside the method. So the scope is only within this or within this area you can use this method variable. Now it requires, if you see this print area and print double area requires two variables. There is one variable, one is rectangle type. Okay, let's go back to the main method. So here as you can see it is giving error. It is saying that this print area string in rectangle cannot be applied. That means it is asking for some variable here. So let's put green. Here also I'll put green. The same thing. Let's put here blue. Okay. So here I have written within the method I have given the variable. So this is going to be assigned if you control click here. So the value green, purple and blue are going to be assigned here, and it will write here. So let me modify a little bit this one. Area of, so first I wanted to print area of what kind of rectangle? This plus rectangle type. Okay, area of rectangle type, rectangle is area. So I'll just concatenate all these four things and print it in a statement. That is what I have done. So here also I'll just double area of, I'll say rectangle type. Okay, so here what I have written, double area of rectangle type. So this rectangle type is going to replace the value whatever we are passing down from the main method. So let's say for the green one, area of green rectangle is, then area it will write, and the here double area of green rectangle is this one. Let's run this program. Okay, as you can see here, area of green rectangle is 12, double area of green rectangle is 24. So here we are able to distinguish what kind of rectangle it is. Okay, and it is printing the value also. So that's all for the instance we have covered, like instance or object of the class, instance variables, static variables and method variables. So just repeat, I'll just repeat here. Here we are creating object of the class using the new operator, and here I am setting the value for the length and width, which are nothing but your instance variables, and static int multiplier, this is a static variable which is common for all this rectangle class, which I can use in multiple rectangle. Okay, in the next session we are going to cover the constructor of a class, and we'll see how to use the constructor of a class. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned.